Hi everybody, it's Ingrid. Welcome to another video. Today we'll be delving into fashion mishaps that make you look unpolished and unprofessional. Clothes make the man, so the saying goes. This is an old proverb that means people are judged according to the way they're dressed. Now don't give me those violent reactions. Now the goal of this video is not to judge your fashion sense. This is to teach you about those fashion mishaps that do not communicate professionalism. This is meant to equip you for work, for self-presentation. When you attend interviews, you really have to put your best foot forward and you have to look the part. You have to look professional. Now, if you want to dress in your sweats, your huge shirts, your pajamas, as long as you're at home, as long as you're about to sleep, then that's perfectly fine. I don't think you need to look professional and polished when you're on your way to dreamland. To be polished and look professional does not necessarily mean that you have to buy everything expensive, everything is luxury, everything is signature. Although I would have to say with training and with a discerning eye, would be able to tell if you're getting your money's worth when you go shopping, when you go hunting for things. Through time, through exposure, through experience, you'll just be able to tell if the products that are right in front of you, when you touch it, when you smell it, you'd be able to tell if it's of good quality. I did mention in my previous fashion video that just because you buy something so affordable does not necessarily mean that you get to save up more, because you have to check the quality. Maybe it's not so stellar. So consider investing in items that have timeless design, have very good quality. They may be a little bit pricey, but then they can last you a long time. Now, let's get to the fashion mishaps that make you look unpolished and unprofessional. Clothing in wrong sizes and proportions. On my Instagram page, I did discuss a little bit about body shapes and types. To have a more polished appearance, it is very important that you get the right size and measurements. Now, if you buy something off the rack, you might experience that some items might generally fit you, but in some parts of your body, it could be either too loose or too tight. This is when you should consider alteration services. But Ingrid, that's extra expense. Well, if you have a trusted tailor or a seamstress, then you can take it to them, but do it by bulk. Bring other items that need alteration and maybe they could give it to you for a good price. Having your clothes altered according to your measurements, according to your body type, really makes a difference in the overall presentation of the clothes and how it just falls on your body. It's important to know your body proportions. Now, if you would look at this photo, you would see that the blazer is really oversized, and then it just makes her look so short, the size and length overwhelms the figure. Next example, if you have a short torso, high-waist pants are not gonna do you a favor. So visually, you want to be able to elongate your torso. So high-waist pants are not going to do that for you. It's just going to make you look shorter, make you look stouter. So what do? Go for low-waist bands and then make sure that you have the length of your pants or your trousers adjusted just so you don't stumble over them when you're walking. Number 2, showing off too much skin. There's been this ongoing trend of showing off too much skin or showing off so much of your figure, leaving none to the imagination. Now, just because a lot of people do it doesn't mean that you should follow suit. When I was in my early 20s, I did have that phase of dressing sexy, and I realized that it was because I wanted to call attention to myself. Now, when I look at my past photos, I cringe and I want to scold myself and say, you're sending the wrong message with that type of outfit. Showing off too much skin may communicate that you're trying to compromise for a lack of something. Don't depend on showing off your goods. Work on what's in here, your communication skills, and what's in your heart. Number 3, crinkly or unironed clothing. There are some fabrics that crinkle easily even if you've done a fantastic job of ironing. Crinkly and ironed clothing does not make you look polished. In Filipino, there's a term, hinahabol ng plancha, or if we were to translate it in English, it means the iron is running after you because of your crinkly clothing. When you wear clothes that are neat and ironed, it's simple elegance. It communicates that you take the time to iron your clothes just so they're neat and presentable. Now, what do you do with your clothes that wrinkle so easily? Well, you just have to be more careful and maybe try to use those starch sprays. When you go shopping next time, especially for clothes that you will be using for work, try to pick fabrics that don't wrinkle easily. Number 4, unkempt hair. Embrace your hair any way you want it, whether it's curly, it's straight, it's long, poofy, or thick. But please do take the time to fix it, to style it, just so you look neat and you're not a disturbance to anybody. So when we talk about disturbance, it's when it gets on somebody's face or your hair is just all over the place that it becomes a distraction or it disturbs other people. So what can you do? It could be as simple as tying your hair back, tying it up in a bun, or combing it back, and then you use a light spray, a gel, or or some wax just to keep the stray hairs in place. Number 5, over-accessorizing. Accessories are meant to enhance your look, not overwhelm it. You don't need hundreds of chains hanging from your neck, matched with blindingly sparkly and colorful earrings, with an armlet with bracelet and bangles, plus tons of rings. That's just too much. It's so overwhelming. Even if, for example, you wear genuine gold, silver, or diamonds, fine, I'm gonna give it to you. You can afford it. But there is a certain elegance when you know which items tastefully go together. You don't want to be walking around and your accessories are seemingly screaming, "Come and rob me, I'm a walking jewelry shop." Wearing tons of accessories all at the same time may call attention, but you don't want people to be overwhelmed by it. You don't want them just focusing on the outside, on the facade, but you also want them to get to know what's inside. What's your substance, your depth as a person. I hope that you learned a lot from today's video. Being polished and professional does not necessarily mean that you buy all things expensive. It's in the way that you neatly present yourself, how you tastefully put things together, and being mindful of what your appearance communicates non-verbally. I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe, be teachable, keep learning, and always be humble.